Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Doctor Who and Autism series. In these kind of last few episodes, which we're calling Journey of a Lifetime. So, first, before we talk about anything Doctor Who and autism, we're gonna all introduce ourselves. So I'm going to start with Emily. If you mind introducing yourself first.
Yeah, hi, I'm Emily. I'm really happy to be back on the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you. T.
Hey, I'm T. Yeah, also very happy to be back talking about Doctor Who again.
Thank you for coming back. It's gonna be really good fun. Jack. You got to unmute yourself first.
Jack Monaghan, voice actor for Moojag and the Alticode Secret and Big Finish Waitee.
Okay. Are we still on the same path for Big Finish? You haven't been called up yet?
Haven't been called up yet, no.
Okay.
One second.
Good Sonic as well.
Still works after 12 years.
12 years. Good. Is that your favourite Sonic, Jack? That one?
No, it's just one I've had. And it also...
Was that the pen part?
Yeah.
Very handy. So, if you want to maybe guess to start with, like with Doctor Who as a whole, like how do we feel about maybe like as we're recording this, we don't know much about like the Jodie's last episode yet, and it's supposed to go out next month. So, what do you guys think about it? So anyway.
Well, personally, I've not got many thoughts because there's been like no advertisement. What has been happening? What are they doing? I've heard that the magazines are even annoyed because they've been giving nothing. So as far as my thoughts go, they don't go beyond the little teaser we were given at the end episode because we've heard nothing since.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
To say I'd agree. Like, where's the information? Like, it's a month away. Come on, people. Like, we know that you have to advertise. I love your mug, by the way, T, just on a slightly different note. That's a totally different genre. Absolutely. And I've just realised this is a podcast. Yeah, where's the information about it? Like, I want to see things. I want to know things. Like, I don't want it to just be a total surprise that you advertise like a week before. Like, come on, build the momentum.
But even like for me, I'm not a big behind the scenes person. So right with the new Russell T stuff, I try and avoid that. But like adverts, like it's just not even like I don't need to know all the stuff that happens, but an advert, like just something that like gets you excited. Like Russell T, for example, posting about stuff on Instagram is more than we've got for Jodie's last episode, which feels unfair on Jodie and the rest of the cast.
Yeah, because next week it's going to be mid-September, and you thought we had some by now.
Maybe they're just scared of being called woke and stuff.
maybe. But
they really let the toxicity get to their heads with this one.
Yeah.
I think inevitably they'll be called woke. I think they're ready for that.
Especially with a black doctor coming in.
Well, I mean, Russell T's casting so far. We've got Ncuti, we have a gay actor playing the villain of that episode, and we have a trans person playing the companion-y character of that episode. So Russell T's coming in hard with the diversity, and I'm looking forward to it.
And rumours have it that a deaf person's going to play Ncuti's companion.
I did see that rumour. I don't want to get my hopes up because I absolutely not that I might blanking on her name, but really love her. Oh, what's the name?
What,
Rose. No.
oh yeah, what
The
the trans character that's gonna be played?
No. The deaf person that's rumored to be in the.
Oh
Let
yeah.
me. I'm gonna get it up.
The
It
Rose
wa-
Aisley.
Yeah,
The
I wasn't wrong. It's like,
yeah.
that's why I got confused because I said Rose and I was like, no, maybe that's because it's Doctor Who and I'm thinking that no, it is Rose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get my hopes up those because that would be really fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I love her. So if that is her, that'd be, and a bit of representation, a bit of diversity. We need it. Like, the world is not, well, the world, I was about to say the world is not diverse. The world is diverse. So like Doctor Who needs to represent that. Like, you've got aliens and all that kind of diversity, but you need people diversity as well.
Yeah.
Doctor Who hasn't done much deaf represent. There is that one episode in Capaldi's era with that one deaf character, but beyond that, I mean, actually, for a series, unfortunately, that's more than a lot of other series have given anyone, which is a horrible way to look at it because they shouldn't be like, oh, we're doing more than others. But so hopefully that companion is up next.
Yeah, I think Russell T is holding back with his announcements for the time being after he's done loads. Because I think he's even waiting for announcements for Jodie's last episode.
I think Russell only released the things he had to because they would have come out in filming anyway. So he said he didn't want to overshadow Jodie. He actually said that in a post, and I respect that. But of course, we were going to realise people saw David Tennant running around in a trench coat. You're going to know what he's filming.
No, instead, Russell T's been posting years and years stuff regarding the recent Prime Minister.
I am such a Russell T stan. Every time there's been stuff recently, he just keeps posting pictures of Slovene anytime there's something up in the government, and I love it.
Yeah, like it's really relatable to when we talk about politics and the government and stuff like that. But I think the best Prime Minister has got to be John Sim, the Master. I think.
Who was modelled on Tony Blair.
He also committed mass murder.
Well,
When
there's
you
something
say-
they have in common.
Hey!
Yeah. When like the master is the prime minister is the best example of a prime minister, we know we've got problems. I mean, we know we've got problems, but we really do know we've got problems when that's a positive example.
And the President Winters, who he killed, was a stand-in for George Bush.
Yeah, because I think the new Prime Minister today met the Queen. So like met the Queen today, had a little speech, which I didn't watch. So but,
Just a load of right-wing blathering. Come on, Russell, kill her in Series 14.
well, they do like doing that, don't they? With the Prime Minister.
I think
Russell T Davies killed Tony Blair. Chris Chibnall killed Theresa May.
I was going to say, I think Chibnall, obviously we see he was doing some very blatant, obvious analogies for modern day politics, but I think Russell T does it in a more subtle, interesting way, in my opinion. If you like Chibnall's, that's also totally cool.
Yeah. It is, it's like, it's going to be, as much as we haven't got no content for the Jodie's last episode, I think it's rumoured to be called the actual Century Special. I think that's what will probably be the title. But like,
Century Special.
Yeah.
Not on my comic book, but Guy voice. Worst episode ever.
Well,
Or worst title ever.
I think there's a lot of confusion over the title. I've seen people being like, oh, but we should get all this amazing stuff because it's a centenary. It's the BBC centenary.
Yeah.
It's not Doctor Who centenary. And then people are getting very hyped for something, and I think they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Or Century 100, that sounds like Jerry Anderson. His old Century 21 productions.
But Yeah, like it does get really confusing, like when you speak about, because like you say, T, people get confused that they think it's Doctor Who 100 years, but it's not. If it was 100 years, David Tennant would be much older, much less would be much older. All the doctors would.
I remember Doctor Who when he was played by Clark Gable.
Yeah, but it's gonna be. I think all we know so far is an hour and 29 minutes. I think, but that's how long it's gonna be.
Or Doctor Who 100 years. Imagine the controversy in the 50s when Dame Edith Evans took on the role of the Time Lord.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, but I am although there's nothing that we don't know about it, I am excited for it. I hope it. I don't want it to be a Halloween episode again, though. I don't want it to be like Halloween related. I just want it to be like last episode, regeneration, and go from there.
I don't know. All we've heard is that they're putting a lot into it. So we've already got the reveal of 2 of the old companions that are going to be back, and other than that, they have hinted at more links to old series. I'm just hoping he's not going to do the classic Chibnall and put way too much in and like convolute the story, because Jodie needs to be front and center in her last regeneration episode. It needs to be about her, give her that moment, and Yaz, give them that moment finally.
And there's rumours that Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy are going to show up as well.
It just sounds too busy to me. Like you say, strip it back. Like, I like nice, simple story. I think I said this before. I like nice, simple storylines that just focus on the Doctor and the companion. Don't like all of this, like, complicatedness. Like, you don't need to make it complicated. Just give us a good story. Like, that's all we want, really. Like, a good, non-complicated story. But maybe I'm asking too much. I don't know.
I think that's something I mentioned when I was last on here. Like, I really enjoyed the New Year's episode because it was that, right? It had this one thing that was happening and it happened, and I was like, cool, this feels to me like the Doctor Who I grew up with. And then the next episode, The Legends of the Sea Devils, again, I was like, whoa, calm down, what's happening? I'm so confused, too many things. So I think I agree with you. Although, I mean, different people like different things, but I'm like you personally, I'm all for that little contained, lovely story with the Doctor and the companion running about somewhere. I love it.
Yeah.
At least they'll get Big Finish once they're done with this.
Hopefully, maybe. Matt Smith's yet to appear. He's a busy man now. On the set of like House of Dragons. Yeah. So.
And Karen Gillan's running around in the Marvelverse.
Yeah.
And Jenna Coleman, well, I think she can come back. Maybe have her and Maisie Williams do a few.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people like I absolutely hated that character. And I don't know why, but it's just one I think it was just the whole putting the immortality thing did not make sense to me. It didn't feel like a Doctor move. But you're right, they could come back and travel in their diner.
Maybe. But
Rory's doing nothing. Arthur Darville's not up to much. He'll come back.
Yeah, they've got to do that. But like what you were saying about like just the one like easy storylines, I love them too. But I just don't like it when they go in circles in a storyline. Like, for example, the episode before Clara, the episode after Face the Raven, I didn't like that episode, and I know people really like it. So, but I didn't like it because, like, I was so bored. Like, Doctor Who could do that in 5 minutes or even 5 seconds, and they do a whole episode to try and get out of the dome that he was in.
Oh, I really like that episode.
Yeah. That episode's very similar to the New Year's one, though, I think.
Yeah. Well, with the Groundhog Day aspect, I guess, yeah. I see what you mean, though. I think for a lot of people, when I speak to my friends and they say which episodes they don't like, for them it's when the episode is resolved by like a pushing of a button. But I'm so easily like pleased. I'm like, yeah, press the buttons in the chair in the Venice episode. That's fine. I'm happy. But I understand why people are a bit questioning. I'm so this is what's funny. I'm so easily pleased when it comes to Doctor Who. And that's why I feel so sad about some of the recent episodes, because I'm so easy to please. And if you're not pleasing me, there's something not quite right.
I'm exactly the same. Like if I after 15 minutes are like, what's this? Like you've done something wrong. Like people have walked out the cinema and gone, oh, that film's awful, and I've gone, that was great. Like, give me a bit of escapism and I'm fine, but complicate it and you've lost me now. Yeah.
Also, sometimes they take others. They sometimes recycle stories from other productions. For instance, the Dalek episode in Christopher Eccleston's series was based on a Big Finish story called Jubilee.
It's really interesting, actually. I think maybe sometimes they do the Big Finish ones, they realize, wow, this had way more potential than we gave it, and they take it and put it into the main series, perhaps.
Yeah.
Also, it was from the same writer, Robert Shearman.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Even like I enjoyed the journey to the center of the TARDIS episode with Matt Smith. And you could say that's very similar to the other episodes I said I didn't like, but I liked it because more was going on. Like you got a TARDIS to explore, and you see monsters and stuff like that. And I loved that episode, and I guess I like the music as well, which made the episode even better. So yeah, that's a good one.
I'll tell you a Jodie episode I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed, and I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but I enjoyed the episode with the authors in the cabin writing with like Mary Shelley. The episode was really good. Can't remember what it's called.
I can't either.
I remember I remember talking to you in a previous one of these about an episode idea I had where they met Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh yeah, I remember that, Jack.
And then another one said they had an idea for an episode about Lon Chaney called The Man with a Thousand Faces.
Yeah. There's so many good episodes and so many bad episodes too. But that's like anything, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people just like different forms of media. For example, some people really enjoy Flux, for example, whereas for me, it just wasn't Doctor Who. It didn't feel like the individual episodes. But then that's the same with like you're saying, that's the same with everything. Like I love The Orville is a TV show that I really like, and everyone's saying that season 3 is fantastic. It's incredible the way they've gone. Personally, worst series yet for me. So everyone just has different opinions, and I think as long as we're all accepting of those and supportive, then that's the community I want to be in. But as we've seen a lot recently on social media, the negativity and the horrible attitude towards people because they like an episode that you don't is disgusting.
It's why I held off during Jodie's tenure, because the review bombing on IMDb just went out of control.
Review bombing makes no sense to me. People are doing it all the time now for books, for films. You're reviewing something before you've seen it just because you know it's going to be rubbish. What? Negativity.
Like, why would you, like, come on, don't go in with a preconceived idea. Like, actually sit and watch it rather than, like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, there's things that I'll go, do you know what? I think this is probably not my thing, but I'll give it a go. And if I don't like it, I'll go, do you know what? I'll turn that off. That's fine. I'll go on with my day. I don't feel the need to go on IMDb or Facebook or Instagram. Like, well, that was absolutely terrible. Like, oh, that was quite a tame way of what I imagine is being said. But yeah, like just don't get so cross about it. It's, you know,
they just need something to vent their personal prejudices at.
It's like everyone's been proved recently with Rings of Power, for example. That got review bombed before it was out. It's got 15,000, it's got so many 1-star reviews. And actually, a lot of people that said they were going to hate it have watched it and actually enjoyed it. So again, why go in with this negativity? We live in such a complex and sad world at the moment. If media and TV and art can make us happy, why not give it a chance, you know?
Yeah, it is. Fortunately, it's the world we live in that people they feel like they have to vent their opinions and let the world know. And it doesn't always end very well for them.
But there's also like a difference, isn't there? For example, I made a video saying please don't be nasty to people that like Jodie's series or Jodie's their favorite Doctor. People are like, I'm allowed an opinion. No one's saying you're not. Absolutely tell us your opinion on the series and your thoughts, as long as it's not coming from a place of prejudice and bigotry, and also on your own platform. There's a big difference between expressing your opinion on your account and then going on to someone who's just saying they love Jodie going, you're stupid because you love Jodie. Like, no, it's two very different things.
That's what happens when you watch too many videos by the fandom menace.
Yeah, I completely agree, because like it affects like creators as well, not just videos about Doctor Who, anything. Like if something you're passionate about, you may want to share it or do a post or something, and then one person puts a negative comment that might make you feel really down, or it may make you second think, should I still be doing this? But it is like negative comment does really kind of affect us.
It's all about how you say it and what you say. You know, if you commented, personally, I wasn't a fan of this episode because blah, 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 totally fine. It's about how you say it and when and where and all of that.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe like if you watch it, and if do you know what, if you watch an episode and you are genuinely that angry that you don't like it, maybe not posting straight away about it, because I know in different circumstances I've been like, I'm so angry, I'm going to go on Instagram and I'm going to rant, and I think actually no, I'm an adult. I will do what I need to do to let that frustration out, and then I will put something together to voice that I'm annoyed about this, but in a more logical frame of mind. Whereas I don't think that always happens, and it'll be like, oh, I'm midway through an episode and I'm really cross at this one sentence, therefore I must put it on social media that I'm really cross about it. And yeah, it's just like you say, it's how you word it, isn't it? And I don't think sometimes people are doing it from the best place. Maybe it needs to be processed a little bit before it goes onto a platform that thousands, if not millions of people will be able to see. Yeah.
Or you just pull stuff out of your arse and pretend it's fact. That's what the fandom menace does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but
yeah, it is. I guess most of these people who write these things do it for attention. Maybe they're just bored, like they maybe
or because there's money in it, or they're bankrolled by oligarchs.
Yeah.
And like you can tell the difference between someone that has just worded their frustration maybe in the moment, and that's fine. Like not everyone has that filter, not everyone checks what they're saying, and that's fine as long as what you're saying isn't, you know, bigoted and offensive and not aimed at another fan. That's what really gets me. It's when the insults are aimed at other fans of the series because they like something you don't like. That is, again, obviously not when I'm not talking about like say something was like offensive. That's different. If there's a TV show that's like entirely inappropriate, that's a whole different thing. But I mean, like, okay, I didn't like this episode. Why would I be nasty to someone that did? It just does not compute in my mind at all.
Especially when you consider the person that they're having a go at is actually somebody who had literally no input in that episode at all. And that, I'm just going to say, as a huge disclaimer to anyone who does watch this and does or listen to this and does post things around negativity, that does not mean target the hate at the person involved in creating the episode either. Just want to make that very clear like, that target should not be like that should not be targeted at anyone, but it's the fact that it is being aimed at somebody who has no control over it, no say over it. They've just expressed a differing opinion. Yeah.
Sometimes the Doctor Who fandom is worse than the Star Wars fandom.
I think they're all as bad as each other in some cases. I try to stay out most of the time.
That's why I post games and stuff and avoid the deep conversations at this point, because it just, and even then I end up with the comments. Even then, when I'm just posting a friendly game, like even then.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a tip the other day. They're like, you need to post things that are less controversial, and I was like, but everything seems to be controversial. Like that's my life. If my life is quite controversial, there's not really much I can do about it. I didn't think it was that controversial, but apparently it is.
It's the YouTube comments section, spelled SHITHOLE.
Okay.
I avoid YouTube comment section.
Well, at least it's not BitChute.
But with yeah, like you say, it could be anything. It could be a game. You could say, I like playing I don't know, Zelda. I don't play Zelda. It's an old game, but you get people in the comments saying it's rubbish, that you shouldn't be playing that, and then you think to yourself, it's my choice. I can play it if I like. I don't have to listen. But yeah, it's very hard to expect.
Oh yeah, I did a video literally the other day where I said, absolutely express your dislike for Chibnall. That's totally fine. Oh my god, sorry, I just noticed something. And that's totally fine, but it's a time and a place, and we should be supportive. Immediately my comment section was full of people being really nasty about Chibnall, and I was like, you didn't even listen. You didn't even listen to the video.
Yeah, it probably just came up as a search result for Chibnall, and they probably just searched and went, okay, this is about. Like, sometimes you just think, have you read the post that this is about? And that's in general, not just Doctor Who. You just think, have you actually read what that person has written or said, or however it's presented? Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? When you literally say, please don't do that, and that's like the first thing you get.
I guess those people just saw the video and were like, what is this? This isn't nerd-erotic levels of being angry and pissing all over Chibnall and pulling facts out their arse and grifting and everything.
I always find it really funny when because obviously there are things we can comment about Chibnall but it's funny to me when their criticism is that Chibnall was made Doctor Who woke, and you're like,
I guess they haven't heard of I guess they never heard of Robert Holmes.
Like Doctor Who from the get-go, not even talking about New Who, like classic Who. And if you're going to go New Who, series 1 introduce Captain Jack Harkness, who's omnisexual. So like, oh, it's now woke. Like, where have you been? What show have you been watching? I don't know.
The Tom Baker era had The Deadly Assassin. That was political.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's almost like Doctor Who is just like, I don't know, moving with the times.
Outrageous.
I know. I'm probably going to get comments for saying that, aren't I?
And Russell T Davies is himself possibly a leftist, given he's expressed interest in Welsh independence.
BBC lefty wokey bias. Oh no, cancel the next series already.
Or better still, just burn down the Daily Mail and then we'll have this rhetoric stopped. Oh wait, the Sun and the Express too. In fact, torch Fleet Street to the ground.
It is very interesting. Like you say, Doctor Who could go on forever. They could stop it again like they did before. It may be good. It's not really a bad thing when shows do that. It can be a good thing too. like Russell T Davies can't write the show forever, unfortunately. So what they're going to do when he says, "I've had enough. I've had enough of writing episodes," and
Maybe they'll go across the pond to America. I mean, J. Michael Straczynski was offering his services when Chibnall announced his leaving.
I think, yeah.
If you don't know who he is, he was the guy who created Babylon 5.
oh yes, I heard. Yeah, I heard there was rumors about him before Russell T Davies was announced. I've never watched Babylon 5 myself, but I've heard of him. But he's pretty cool.
In some What If Doctor Who Wasn't Axed videos, which I watched, Ronald D. Moore wrote a few episodes.
Yeah.
Guess he needed something to do in between series of Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
And they also call in Ira Stephen Bear of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, it's something that because I think for the 60s they've got multiple directors as well, like just doing directed episodes, haven't they? So they have written maybe past Doctor Who episodes themselves. So it's good that they have choices, not just all down to Russell. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I might ask you guys this question already. I'm not sure because I forgot. I don't know, but do you guys think it would be a good idea for Doctor Who to go on Disney Plus?
I have no issue with it.
No issue.
No, because from what I read, I think that when it was first announced, there was a lot of misunderstanding. People were like, "Oh, Disney's going to buy it. They're going to change all the stuff that happens and all this." They're not buying the rights to make it. They were looking at just hosting it. I have no issue with that if it makes it more but if it stops it being accessible to people, then no, I don't want it. For like right now, it's accessible to most people on iPlayer, and I think it's on Netflix in America. I don't know. If it stops people being able to afford to watch it, then no, I don't like it. But if it's going to just help people be welcomed into the series, I have no problem, because they're not, because I just saw a video that was like, Disney is going to buy Doctor Who and they're going to ruin it and they're going to change all the characters. I'm like, whoa. Then I looked into it and that's not what they were doing. I think. Now I don't think.
I mean, I think I would agree. Like, my initial reaction is, like, I'm not, but I think it's because at the minute it is on iPlayer and it is free. So as long as it stays there and on Disney Plus, I don't have an issue with it. It's if they start.
Yeah, if it makes
Words
it
are
so
not
that people,
coming.
yeah, if it makes it a money-making game and takes it away from people, then absolutely no, I'm not for that.
Well, at least it's not going on HBO Max or whatever mess Warner Discovery is in at the moment.
Yeah.
I gave in and bought BritBox.
Oh, I've not gone there yet.
I know, but it's got all of the classic Who's on there.
All of them.
Well,
See, that's an issue in
well,
itself.
pretty much all of them. I never could afford them. They're so expensive.
Yeah.
BritBox.
BritBox.
I know. I felt betraying myself. I was like, I'm not going to pay for it. The BBC and all those shows should be free. I'm not going to pay for it. And then they were like, but we have classic Doctor Who, and I was like, oh, where's my card? Where's my debit card?
I feel like I should say other streaming providers are available because we've just named quite a few.
We forgot to mention Amazon and Paramount Plus.
There you go.
Yeah,
Now they've
Paramount
got a mention. They've got a mention now. There you go.
Paramount Plus.
4OD,
Yeah.
ITV player. I don't.
This is the issue for me. There's too many. Like,
Oh, we forgot Mubi and Shudder.
I never heard of that.
Never heard of that. I really want to watch House of Dragon, for example. Where am I supposed to watch that? Now TV.
Sky Atlantic.
but they have said you can't. I shouldn't really. Anyway, but like there is a way of watching it, I think, without having to actually subscribe properly to Now TV.
I can just pay to watch it.
Yeah, I'm debating it. because. But I'm a bit like I've used up all my free trials watching Game of Thrones. So.
There's so many series like that. HBO is so inaccessible. I want to watch Our Flag Means Death, which I definitely haven't watched anywhere else. But that's HBO and I can't watch it. I haven't watched. I definitely haven't watched.
See, this is an example of it not being accessible, which I think if Doctor Who was to go into the realms of not being accessible, then it'd be an issue. At the minute, it can go on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
As
like
if it needs my permission to go on Disney Plus, but
I approve. With these conditions, you may take it.
yeah.
If Doctor Who went art house, the movie could have it.
I have you know all the streaming platforms. It's
Yeah.
really impressive.
Like
Mubi handles foreign language and art house stuff.
Okay.
like if Doctor Who did go on Disney Plus, I wanted to go back on Netflix because America apparently have it on Netflix. It got taken off Netflix for us, and when on
Well,
BBC Upper,
I think the reason, that's why we don't have it on our Netflix, because it's on our iPlayer.
I've got
which
to
is-
throw on Netflix.
I think more people have access to iPlayer than have access to Netflix in the UK.
Yeah, probably because you don't have to pay. I mean, really.
Well, you
Yeah.
but no, for the audio, air quotes, you don't have to pay because
Yeah.
TV
yeah,
license.
TV
technically.
license, yeah.
I prefer it if they made Big Finish's audio dramas more accessible to people.
Oh, please, thank you, absolutely. Because we think we had this exact conversation last time I was on this podcast. I love the audios. I cannot afford to buy many of them. They're so expensive.
Yeah, I wanted to watch the ones with Crystal Eccleston. I haven't really watched any Big Finish because you have to pay. I watched the little trailers, but I never watch it. Like actually watch it because you have to pay for it, and I think they should make it more accessible.
Now, if they did a subscription service, I'd probably pay for it.
Yeah,
But one audio thing, which isn't even that long, is like 12. I haven't looked recently, like 12 quid or something. But yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, that's not accessible, is it? Like, that's the sort of thing people should be like talking about on social media. The fact that that's not accessible.
Which is why I was so happy when BBC Sounds did that recent one.
Redacted.
Yeah, snap, jinx, whatever you say when you jinx.
yeah.
I mean, Spotify's range of the Doctor Who audio dramas is kind of thin.
And only if you like the classics, really. There's not very I have watched Classic Who, but I am more a fan of listening to the more modern stuff, and there's not much of that on there at all.
Yeah, it's very limited to what you can see and well, not see, listen.
Imagine, picture.
Yeah, but it'd be nice if they could do a little like for the audio. They do a little kind of like video version of it.
Well, animate them like they did with the old Lost episodes.
Maybe, yeah, so you get a picture of what's going on.
Like Ricky Gervais's podcast that he made into the little series with the little cartoons. That was cute.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Like I would say if they did go on Disney Plus, it'd be nice if they because more size shows about through a year would be nice. And I know Disney Plus is quite good at that, like for different shows. So that was one thing I would like. Because Doctor Who would normally be 13 episodes a year, and then you get your festive special or something. That's you done for the year, and then you wait till next year. Normally, it'd be nice to have the different size shows back or create new ones.
I wonder with the return of Russell T, maybe we'll get a new spin-off.
Hopefully,
I liked the spin-offs. They're good.
Maybe he'll try and base this on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, kind of like how he based the revival on Buffy.
I would love to see that. Like you got phase 1, 2, 3, 4. But,
Doctor Who, and then a few spin-offs here and there in between.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to my original comment as long as it doesn't get too complicated. Yeah.
Like I saw this fan image of what it would look like as a Marvel type thing, and they had
Oh, yeah, of
things
course.
like a series based on Missy and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always a fan of a spin-off series aimed at the younger audiences as well, like Sarah Jane Adventures. I really enjoyed quite a lot.
Maybe they should have a spin-off series for Ace, given that she didn't have the send-off that she would have had if the series wasn't axed.
Yeah, like they can't just bring her back and then say bye.
Well, they can, but
But yeah, they can, but I wouldn't want it to happen.
Bit harsh to bring her back just to go by.
Yeah, yeah, because
So
they
what-
didn't say bye, did they? I can't remember.
it was
Long time ago.
Well, you say long time ago, like we were alive.
Or some
Yeah.
sort of Doctor Who What If series.
Oh, that'd be good.
It would be good. I think it would be controversial. I think there'd be a lot of opinions flying about on that one.
What if David Tennant was still Doctor now?
Well, because isn't that basically that entire episode? Turn Left is basically an entire What If episode. What if the
Yeah.
Doctor had died in that episode? That is that whole thing.
Yeah. Turn Left was pretty cool, but I was just petrified of the beat on the back the whole episode.
Yeah.
Like not in the program. I was just looking on my back saying it was on me.
I really liked that episode.
You feel the same if you sometimes see an image of a tarantula and you think it's on your back.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. But yeah, What If will be good, but just pending. Do it a bit different.
I mean, how could they get away with that without Marvel being like, "You've copied us"?
Yeah, yeah.
And if
That
there's someone
seems
you
to be-
really don't want to take on, it's Marvel and Disney. Maybe that's why it's going on Disney Plus, to stop them doing that.
Maybe, and then you can get Spider-Man in it and saying, "We're on your terms. We got Spider-Man in the What If kind of series, so there you go."
Doctor Who turns up in the multiverse.
That'd be nice.
I really want to see like a Doctor Who Marvel crossover now, like with all the characters together. Like,
I need the
yeah.
Master working with Loki.
yes.
Which
Loki
Master?
Series 2.
Can we do, because Loki's immortal, we can do like a mixture of the Masters, couldn't we? Because
Yeah.
Loki would still be there. Well, not immortal, he lives a long time, just like the Master.
So you're suggesting CGI to resurrect Roger Delgado then?
Yeah, I'm going all of them, all the way back. That's what I'm saying. And then Loki just turns up in different outfits. Anyway, yeah, each time.
I love it.
Like, because Loki's in the time. Where's Loki in that like time agent, whatever it's called?
TVA.
TVA.
That's the one.
He time agency. He could just go back through the portal to all the different masters. There you go.
That would make
Pretty cool.
total sense. I mean, the budget for it would have to be massive, but
I just like
I want to see
I saw
Iron Man like events after Endgame because he died and then he pops up in the TARDIS.
who got blipped in Doctor Who? I wonder.
Yeah. Like, Tony Stark. It'd just be interesting. Any kind of Marvel into Doctor Who.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it would be very unpopular, very unrealistic. But you can imagine. You
yeah.
can use your imagination.
All
In
the
reality,
Daleks thinking they have the balls to take on Galactus.
Yeah.
all the monsters fight, like the Slovene just turning up in like a Hulk episode. They're just looking at each other like, all right.
Oh, that'd be funny.
I
Or
like
the
the
Absorbaloff.
Jadoon, like trying to police Thanos. That'd be hilarious.
Wait, who's the cat of Guardian of the Galaxy character? Is there a cat? Like
That was
There's a
Captain
raccoon.
Marvel.
I was gonna say there's a raccoon,
yeah,
There's a-
raccoon, a raccoon. Like
Rocket.
Rocket
Yeah,
Raccoon.
yeah, they could do that with like The cat.
And Groot
Oh,
meeting
no.
the tree people from.
I was
Yes.
literally about to say that. That's what I was thinking of. Groot
Oh, yeah.
meeting the tree people. You are on my wavelength.
That would be amazing.
Well, that's the tree
Oh,
people from that Christmas episode.
And
In
also the
rea-
Watcher meeting the face of Bo.
In reality, this would be disastrous and terrible. But what
Yeah.
about
It
Amy?
would.
What about Amy meeting
Nebula.
Nebula?
Like how that works.
Anytime someone looks a little bit like someone, they just make up a random
Yeah, they
family
do.
connection. That's what you
Like
do. You see, it's her
Martha's
long
cousin.
lost cousin 3 times removed. I don't know. You just make it up. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Gwen's great ancestor looks really like her. That's some incredible genetic passing on there. I love it. I love when Doctor Who just goes, oh well, like they go related or they go fixed point in time.
Or,
No, I just love it when they just throw these words out that don't make
or maybe
any
shows
sense.
with alternate incarnations, for instance. An alternate Eighth Doctor played by Richard Griffiths, given he was supposed to play the part after McCoy.
Oh, I like Rick.
Yeah.
Or an alternate Third Doctor who is the leader from the Inferno universe.
Mm. That's
What
that's
about
pretty
Paddington Bear as the Doctor?
Cool. Oh yeah.
Love. I can't watch the most recent James Bonds without hearing Q and not seeing Paddington Bear. Like it makes those scenes really great.
Monday sandwich.
He's like, I'm sorry, mate, I can't take you seriously because I just imagine you in like a duffel coat and a hat with a marmalade sandwich underneath it. Like
Credence to the line from GoldenEye, don't touch that. It's my lunch.
Paddington would be a great addition to Doctor Who.
Yeah, would make a great Doctor Who, yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone have like a go-to Doctor episode?
Give me more, like for what mood? What am I feeling? Because that all depends.
A good question. What about Happy Mood?
Happy. That you want a good fun one for that. You want anything the Doctor around causing havoc for that. That's what you want. So let me think. New Earth like episode, kind of like.
Yeah, I was thinking you like all the scenes with Rose as Cassandra is like yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if I'm sad, I want to cry, but I don't want to use my own emotion because that's just if you put a sad Doctor episode on, you pretend you cry about that. So you go for a regeneration episode instead.
I'll go with mine, The Impossible Planet and The Saint Pit for New Who. For Classic Who, probably Pyramids of Mars.
Okay.
I even wrote an episode when I was 13 about Sutekh appearing in New Who.
That was awesome. That's great.
And it was going to be set in a museum in Liverpool and involve him trying to steal a jewel or something.
That's cool.
Looking back, it was pretty crap.
No, it sounds great. Positivity.
Yeah, positivity. I think that's the thing with today. But mine is The Girl in the Fireplace.
I
You
really
see,
like.
that came to me at first, and I thought, actually, no, the end's quite sad, isn't it? So I was like, actually, if you miss the last like 5 minutes, good to go on a happy day. But you have to watch a full episode, otherwise it's not finished.
Yeah.
And Sophia Miles said some pretty awful things recently.
Oh,
Who?
actually,
Was she?
Who's that?
Yeah.
There's
So I
a-
think,
Madame de
yeah.
Pompadour.
But
I okay. Wait,
she was
characters that-
defending Noel Clarke, sorry, not Noel Coward, Noel Clarke.
You
Delighted to meet you,
defending-
Daleks, dear Cybermen.
I was like, I didn't realise Noel Coward had been in the news recently.
Like, what episode was that?
No, but I think there's lots of opinions about Noel Clarke and everything, but there's it's the same. It's the situation with John Barrowman. That everyone has entitled to their own opinions about them. The different matters, but
Two very different matters.
yeah,
And besides,
very different. Yeah,
and besides, Sophia Miles was too big a name for Noel Clarke to go after. He would mostly go after the more lower staff who wouldn't be believed.
Yeah, but that's the thing of the world. We don't know the truth. Only they do. But yeah, it's my favorite episode. Not just because it's more because of the music, I guess. Not because what happens. They get on the fireplace. Just
And
love
also
the
the horse.
yeah, the horse. I love the horse.
The throwaway comment of, I found a horse, like on a spaceship, like that's totally normal.
Yeah,
And will you stop following me? I'm not your mother.
Yeah.
yeah. When I'm out about, I see a horse. I just say that's Arthur. Pretty cool. But thanks, guys. It's been great having you on again.
Yeah.
It's a good job it's in the dark that you can see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
12 years and it still works.
12 years. 12 years. Like let's hope it gets to 13, Jack.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks Emily, T, and Jack for coming on again.
Oh wait, it's not 12, it's 16 years.
Okay.
Jeez.
Let's hope it gets to 17 years then. But yeah. So thank you again. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. We'll see everyone in the next episode of Doctor Who and Autism series.
Yeah.
All right.